Good morning, and welcome to your regularly scheduled Nerdvenging. I'm your host, Josh, and today we have a very special adventure planned for you. Happy Friday, motherfucker! And you might ask, what's that? Why? What? Why are you feeling like that? What? Don't be happy. This fucking guy. What's he so happy for? Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I watched motherfucking Demon Slayer yesterday. Oh my god, it was so cool. Oh, it was so fucking cool. I'm telling you, go see it. Hashtag not financial advice, but you should see it, and I think you'll do better financially if you do. I don't exactly know why. I can't explain it. It's just a gut feeling. Again, hashtag not financial advice. Watch that shit. Oh my god. I'm going to gush about it a little bit later, but man, it was really cool. And it's kind of wild because, like, we left at around 2. We didn't get back till like 10. So it's like an 8-hour day, dude. It was like an 8-hour trip to go do this, which I did not actually expect. You guys know this. I'm probably not the best with like maths and stuff. You know, I think I tried to read 100 comics on stream one time. I think one time I tried to get 200 wins. Like, you know, numbers elude me a little. Like, what even is a number, really? When you think about it. But yeah, I didn't plan that well, but it was so cool, man. Oh, it was so cool. And as we're going to talk about a little bit later, it's making buku bucks out there. It's making some serious money. So we'll talk about that. We got some DC, Warner Brothers, Paramount news. I told you. Snyderverse. No, but maybe, but nah. But maybe we'll talk about it. It's going to be fun. And then we got to gush about Doctor Doom more, dude. Doctor Doom, as I was wrapping up the stream yesterday, they put out the Doctor Doom stuff. It looks fucking cool. I want to talk more about this suit. We got an HD shot of it. A lot of folks talking about it, so we'll get into that today. Should be a nice little show. Should be a nice little show. We got a nice little program for you today. Anyways, how you guys doing? How's everybody doing out there, man? Bianca, good to see you as always. People out here really thought that wasn't clickbait. Oh, don't worry, Shreddy. Don't worry, Shreddy. They'll see. Soon they will know the truth. WrestleVengers says New York Comic Con announced that Marvel Studios panel is October 11th at 1:30 ET. What day is that, brother? Is that a Friday? Is that a Saturday? Is that Saturday? Maybe we'll do a little stream. If that's a Saturday, maybe we'll do a little stream. You know, we'll see what's going on. Get in here, hang out, complain, you know, what we do. There's a lot higher resolution pictures of the Doom marketing now. That's true. I did see the high-res pics, and it's cool. I mean, I think it looks so good. I don't know. I mean, what do y'all think? Did I watch Dexter Resurrection? Nah, man, I just never really been into Dexter like that. Rossi, thank you, man. Javier Mendez, thank you for the 10 spot, brother. I really appreciate it. And let me catch up on a couple. I know I saw a couple of chats. Let me just give some love back to everybody. Russell, welcome to the Nerdvengers, brother. Really appreciate it. You are a Nerdvenger now. You've taken your first steps into a larger world. Zach says, happy Friday. I heard about this channel on the Howard Stern show, and I wanted to show some love. LOL. Nerdvengers for life. Hey, man. Appreciate you as always, Zach. Thank you, man. Cantina Talk, what up? Gifting 5 memberships. Hey, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And then Zach gifting a membership as well. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support as always, man. Thank you. New Dexter season is one of the highest rated series of all time. No way, really? What? For real? I could never get into Dexter, man. I don't know. I mean, I tried it back in the day. I don't know. I could never get into it. But look, sometimes that just happens. Like Sopranos is another one, and everybody's going to kill me for this. But like, I can't get into the Sopranos, dude. I'm sorry. Like the Ducks, the Therapy, I was like, yeah, I don't know. Just not for me. Rude Kaiser. interesting name, says, why does Alex Perez ignore the fact that there actually was a band called the Fantastic Four from Detroit, Michigan that made it number 6 on the charts with their song The Whole World is Strange in 1969. So I don't know that he's ignoring that. I don't know that he even knows about that, right? But I think maybe the spirit of your question is like, hey, I think maybe this isn't what he's saying it is, because there was actually a band in the 60s called this or whatever, right? I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, maybe you're right, or maybe he's right. And the truth is, like, he's been right a lot, you know? And that's just, otherwise, like, who the fuck's Alex Perez, really? No offense. But it's like, if he wasn't right all the time, I wouldn't be talking about this guy, you know? But I get it, and I appreciate the 10 either way. All right, Kane says, was the Demon Slayer movie action-packed? Oh, bro, it's so fucking action-packed. Oh, my God, we'll talk about it. I've been catching up with season 3 of the anime, and I'm not locked in. Interesting. So here's what I'll say to you, man, and this is probably the answer. Maybe this isn't the answer you want, but this is the answer you deserve. It is Demon Slayer, and it does that Demon Slayer thing. And so, although I had an incredible time and I thought this was mind-blowing action, at one point, it decides, we're going to give you a shit ton of backstory on this demon that you basically know is about to die. That's the Demon Slayer thing, right? And it's like one of the things that irritates me about it. I like Demon Slayer. I'm not as all in on it as like some other fans are. I like Demon Slayer, but one of the things that kind of bugs me is, like, they do this thing where they take you to a point where, oh, this demon's about to get fucked. But then the demon's like, oh, I'm not going to get fucked. And then you do this crazy backstory all this time to, like, show you how the demon actually has some sympathetic qualities, and maybe they had poor circumstances, and maybe they shouldn't have even been a demon. And then it's like this whole long, drawn-out, sympathetic thing. And then the demon gets fucking killed. And you're like, all right. I mean, it's very popular, so obviously a lot of people go for that. I don't love it, and I didn't love it in the movie, but everything around it, and actually it's weird because they actually did make me care about the demon in the end. I couldn't believe it. I was sitting there like mad at myself for actually caring, but they do it. They pull it off. So I think that's a part of the charm. It's certainly caked into like Tanjiro and his outlook on demons and people and stuff. So, you know, it's fine. It's fine. But I guess for you, man, if you're saying like you're not locked in on season 3, maybe there's some Demon Slayer stuff that you don't love. I think that Demon Slayer stuff is all over this movie for sure. Russell, man, thank you for gifting a membership, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Blurring the good and evil line. Yeah, I mean, that's something that the show's really focused on. And it explores it in some interesting ways. I just think from I don't want to get into spoilers. We'll talk more about it in a second, actually, because I have a segment here I want to go into. But part of it's like the action around it was so fucking mind-blowing. Like, I'm seriously sitting there like, oh my God. And it's tough to go from that into like, okay, now we're going to explore this backstory and just chill for a while. And it's like, oh man. But what about that mind-blowing action though? You know? So. But overall, I had an incredible time. I also, interestingly, I really enjoy the D-Box, the 4DX thing. And one of the things that's kind of wild about it is, like, it does a lot of the jarring movements and everything, and it's like crazy, and it adds like a little bit. But man, when it's subtly moving, I don't know how many of y'all have done this stuff, but like when it sort of subtly moves, because there's these crows or ravens in the movie that are like drones, right? And a lot of the shots in the movie are like of the crows flying through the Infinity Saga, trying to map it out, and it's a way to give you like scope of the thing. When that's happening and you're in the D-Box, that subtle movement actually gives you a sense of vertigo. Like, it's weird. Like, the jarring movements don't do it as much, but the subtle movement, like, gets you to actually feel that. I loved it. My wife did not. My wife was like, I did not like feeling like I was flying. And I was like, I loved it. But, yeah, kind of interesting. A really fun time, though. Ibze says, hey, Josh, hope you and the family are doing well. Sad news. My mom recently got diagnosed with breast cancer. It's been a tough week for me and my fam. Really hope she can get through it all. That is very tough, man. You are going through a dark time period. And unfortunately, it is the case that basically all of us are going to arrive at that point at some time. There's nothing that I could say, and there's nothing that I could do that's going to make it easier. All I can tell you is I have a lot of empathy for you. I have a lot of love for you. And I think your mom needs you more than ever. And I think that regardless of what happens, you guys need each other right now. And you need to just make the most of this time and put all the good energy that you can into a recovery. And then, you know, that's what you got to do, brother. I think about this a lot because things are kind of sunny. You know, like we're dealing with stuff. Everybody's dealing with stuff, but things are kind of sunny for us. But I always have this lingering thought. I don't know if anybody else feels like operates this way, but I always have this lingering thought of like, it's not always going to be like this. It is not always going to be like this. And you have to try to mentally prepare for when things get tough because unfortunately, it is inevitable that they will get tough. I pray that you find some peace. I pray that you make some memories in these moments and find love and are present. Do the best that you can, man, you know? I had this thought last night. I don't know, I was like just kind of drifting off into sleep and I was just thinking about life and stuff. And I thought, you know, because things do get hard and it's like, what do you say to somebody when things are so hard? And I think what I would want to be told by somebody that loved me, if I were in a moment where I was like really struggling and things were tough and I was tired, I would just want to be told like, do the best that you can for as long as you can. And that's like putting shit on your shoulders. Like that's like stepping into life. And it'll help people around you. You know what I mean? It really does help people around you if you can carry a load and you can meet moments with stability. But that's tough, man. You know, a lot of love your way for sure. Send a lot of love and you're in our thoughts. You're in our thoughts, man. Josh, people seem to be dismissing the owner of Paramount is the son of Larry Ellison, Donald Trump's friend, and the DCU clearly leans Democratic based on Gunn and his projects. That I don't know what you mean by that exactly. I think. Do you think the DCU leans Democratic? I don't know that I agree. I don't know that I agree. I will say that I think there's probably a lot of people that have concerns about this guy and about Paramount in general, for sure. Some of those concerns might be warranted. You know what I mean? Like, we'll get into it. I tend to view the change positively, actually. But it's fair that others might not. You know, some people might be like, I don't like this guy, you know, and I don't like what he's saying about this. I don't like what he's signaling about that or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, the labels and the sort of framing that people have or whatever. But I mean, look, in a lot of ways, it's not their fault. We're so bifurcated. That's a cool word for you today. We're so bifurcated as a society that, I mean, can you really blame people for like seeing it that way? I get it. The white box we saw in yesterday's presentation could be the white hot box where the Dark Phoenix resides. Yes, it's the white hot room, I believe, is what it's called. But yeah, no, I like where your head's at with that. It's fun. You know, we're going to get into some Doom stuff later as well, but the word is that Marvel is, the way they're going to market this thing is with these fun little teases for the next 6 months until they get into the hard push, which will start next summer. And I got to tell you, like, whoa, bro, like, this is cool. I think this is so fun. And the thing that it shows, and you know, some people get all butthurt about it, but it is what it is. It shows there's this genuine interest, at least curiosity. Like, you could argue there's some people that aren't even positive on it, but the eyeballs are there. People are definitely curious about what's going on with Doomsday. So I think these little, like, you know, teases here, teases there. I mean, sign me up. I'm all about it. Give me them scraps, baby. Nom, 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 nom. Give me them scraps. The White Hot Room sounds like a club in downtown Orlando. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, I've been to some clubs in downtown Orlando, man. They're kind of nice. Was a brief moment. I had a brief moment once. Gun after seeing Doom. Oh, Kevin, please take me back. I'll jump over again, please. Hell yeah! And you better come crawling back, James. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's doing his thing. About Doomsday, remember the Fantastic Four post-credit scene with Doom? I actually don't remember. It's crazy that I have this job because I have a terrible memory. I only saw the movie once. I don't really care that much, but I'll read on. They painted a set orange to contrast the green. Even the light had that vibe. Feels like hinting at Iron Man versus Doom. Yeah, maybe. I like where your head's at, dude. I like the curiosity. You're cooking. I don't know if we'll like the dish, but you're cooking, sir. I'm sorry, let me rephrase. During the press for Superman, James spoke about how he doesn't care if bashing Trump losing him fans. Damn, I follow this pretty closely. I don't remember that quote, but now I'm going to blast it out on Twitter like I 100% know that it's confirmed. So thank you for telling me that. The Ellisons are close to Trump. So what I mean there, I apologize. Okay, cool. Let me just... First, I got to craft up a tweet about how James Gunn said he doesn't care if bashing Trump loses him fans, and it's 100% real. So give me just 1 second where I draft that up, because that's some good clicks. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know, bud. I don't know that that's really going on. Yes, James Gunn did say that. Holy shit. Did he really? Damn, dude. That's crazy. What do we think the engraving on Doom's cape clasps means? I don't know. That's an interesting question. I don't know. It seems like one of them is like a star, and one of them is some kind of like rectangle thing or whatever. In an interview? Oh my God, bro. I can't believe that he said that in an interview. Josh, what do you think of the first look of Doom? I love it. I think it's so good. It's honestly incredible. I did not expect it to be that dope. So, yeah, for real. I think it looks so good. What do you guys think? I saw the... You know what's funny is, like, man, we all like to pretend that, like, oh, man, social media, it's so confusing and shit. But, like, there's been a couple times recently, in the past year, where I think the reaction to something's been pretty clear. Like when those Secret Wars concept art leak, I don't even know Marvel expected it to be that positive. People loved that shit. Basically unanimous that people loved it. The Doom design from yesterday, I mean, I haven't really found... I mean, maybe I've seen one or two people be like, I don't like it. Bro, it is amazing. It is amazing. That's a great design. Can you believe we're all going to be watching that shit in theaters? With that Doctor Doom? My God. Yeah, it basically could not have looked better. I agree. Cosmic Truth Tortoise. I agree. Yeah, it looks like some magic runes on his armor. 100%, yeah. Do you think it looks different than the F4 post-credit scene? 100%. There's a time jump. I've talked about this before in different videos and on stream and whatever, but I think there's pretty clear evidence that there's going to be a time jump from the post-credit scene of Fantastic Four to when they enter 616. I think as much as 5 to 10 years of a time jump, and that's why Doom is going to look a lot different. It's why Reed's going to look different too. When you see Reed in Doomsday, he's going to be wearing a different suit, which has been teased by Pedro himself on Instagram. Don't you watch the content? Come on, man. Yeah, walking into the theater for Doomsday is going to be surreal. Yeah, man. And so I had such a good time yesterday watching the Secret or the Demon Slayer movie, right? But dude, like I kept thinking like, I can't wait for Doomsday. Like just that feeling of like, oh shit, like we're about to experience this. And I mean, look, the bottom line is this. I don't know that Marvel will be 100% back. I don't know if Marvel can get back to where they were, but I do know that Doomsday is going to be one of the craziest fucking movies ever. The amount of, yeah, there's going to be a lot of shit in there. A lot of shit. It's like, that's going to be very enjoyable. Yep. I'm most curious to hear RDJ's Doom voice. Oh, man. So, dude, this is crazy because, again, you probably, I guess you're just not here a lot. You don't watch all the content or whatever. But I know what the voice is going to sound like. So sources have told me. And I'm, don't share this around. We're keeping it kind of on the DL or whatever. But if you've ever seen the Jump Street movies, okay, there's a part that they're using. Okay, it's a little controversial, but it's my name Jeff. They're going for that. I don't know why. I don't understand it either. It has something to do with the multiverse, I guess. But yeah, I've heard it in RDJ's like, my name is Doom, something like that. Look, actors make choices. We're not there on set. We don't fully understand it. Maybe it'll make sense when we see it, when we hear it. My name is Doom, something like that. I'm down. At least he looks like that. Can you imagine this badass motherfucker like this Doom we just saw yesterday turns around? My name is Doom, let's go. Like, hell yeah. Probably 4-5 billion guaranteed. All right, let's get into crashing the stream. Let's get into the segments here. Oh, real quick, guys, before we get into any of the segments, this actually is sort of serious note here. Put some prayers or good vibes out for Henry Cavill. He was injured on the set of the Highlander movie. No word on how serious it is. I feel like if it was very, very serious, we'd be hearing more about it or whatever. But he was injured on the set of Highlander. They're delaying shooting a bit. And of course, thoughts and prayers for Cavill, a speedy recovery. And we need that Warhammer, Henry. You need a speedy recovery here, bud. We're going to need that Warhammer, bud. Okay. So, this is the Den of Nerds, and we obviously follow a lot of nerdy shit. Marvel, Star Wars, DC, the video game movie stuff, the anime stuff. We get pretty eclectic, another crazy word, in our nerdy tastes over here. And right now, things are in sort of a weird state of flux, and we're kind of asking ourselves, like, okay, is the comic book movie genre thing kind of on the way out? What is going to replace it? The studios are trying a lot of different things. So the live action video game thing is being pushed hardcore right now. Multiple big projects being developed. And in fact, just today at the Nintendo Direct, they announced the sequel to the Mario movie, and it looks cool. And I think it's going to make $1 bajillion, right? So we are in a state of change when it comes to like what is ruling the zeitgeist, what's at the top of the nerdy pyramid, so to speak. And a fighter enters the arena in the form of anime. And you might say, okay, but you're talking about live action anime, the live action adaptations of anime. And yes, maybe, and that's a part of this story, but it could actually just be anime. Okay. And this is a fascinating story. I'm really interested in this. I know a lot of us are. Some of the stuff we've been hearing about, just how prevalent anime consumption is out there over the past year or two, have been so fascinating. So like Netflix put out some really interesting stuff where 1/3 of all adult people at least in North America, are into anime. Anime consumption has risen 500% over the past 3 to 4 years, I believe, was the stat. And it's just like it's crazy. Okay, that's not even to mention the manga differences, the difference in what manga sells compared to American comics, even graphic novels and stuff like that. It's kind of been an ongoing conversation that's happening in the background here. Anime and manga on the rise, really, really doing some serious numbers, okay? So that all takes us to this place and a conversation that we've had over the past couple of weeks about Demon Slayer. I keep telling you guys, the Demon Slayer movie, and I'll TLDR it here for those not in the know about anime. Demon Slayer is something like the Avengers as far as the popularity of anime. It is an incredibly popular series, and it's done very well in Japan, but it's done incredibly well in all kinds of markets. A little bit of that Dragon Ball Z evergreen energy. I'm talking about the merchandising sells super strong, which gives you a ton of licenses all over the place. Just not only just the manga and the actual anime sales, but merch, figures. You know, my wife's really into the figure community, and you know, Demon Slayer is just huge in that community. Video games, all sorts of stuff. Although I gotta be honest, I don't know how many Demon Slayer they should probably make a really fucking good Demon Slayer video game. I'm sure there's like some mobile games or whatever. Anyway, the point is this: Demon Slayer's huge. Okay, Demon Slayer is absolutely huge. I think the other week I shared a note from Sony, and it was a comment that Sony made. Let me see if I can try to find this again. They said some wild shit about Demon Slayer. Okay, so let me see if I can find this just to show you the kind of the level of oomph that is happening here. Talking about Disney's global dominance. Oh man, I gotta try to find the quote. Maybe yeah, so Sony officially plans to make Demon Slayer its main anime series to rival Disney's global dominance, calling its growth PS1 to PS2 level shift. Infinity Castle arc is in discussions to be nominated for Oscars and stuff like that. So this was in some Japanese journals. And so just to give you an idea here, Sony as a company, right, views Demon Slayer as a way to challenge Disney's global dominance. They are viewing this brand as very important and very big, right? Well, I mean, holy fucking shit. They're doing it. I can't believe it. So these are some numbers here. I got these pulled up for you. Now, I got to be honest. These numbers are in debate, okay? So there's a lot of... the numbers are a bit all over the place. Who knows exactly? I mean, I don't know that it's going to get to 70, 80 million, 90 million. That would be fucking nuts if it actually does that. We'll talk about it. But regardless, right now, multiple people are reporting that the preview numbers, the Thursday night numbers for Demon Slayer, are anywhere between 10 million and 13 million. Okay? Now, just for some context here, Thunderbolts did 11, I think 11.5, and Captain America, brand new, boring-ass, stupid movie, did 12 million. In previews. So this thing's either hanging right in that ballpark, or this thing is doing better than 2 out of 3 of the Marvel movies that opened this year. Okay? That's fucking insane. Now let me just say for a second here, let's stop the numbers thing, and let me just tell you about the actual movie here, because I'm telling you guys right now, I highly recommend going to watch this film in the theaters. I had an incredible time watching this thing yesterday. So I had gotten bamboozled into going to the fan event thing for James Gunn's Superman a couple of months ago, and I had to drive down to the super premium screen and see it or whatever. It was incredible. I love the Superman movie. You know, I'm being a bit of a dick as always. But the point is, that theater was so fucking impressive. That screen was so impressive, and I really liked the 4DX thing, that when I heard about Infinity Castle, right, I was like, dude, the Infinity Castle is such a cool concept. Demon Slayer goes hard with its action. I want to watch this on the best screen possible, and I want to watch it in this incredible theater with like the D-Box thing and all that. We drove 2 hours away to go do this. It was fucking awesome, dude. Not only is the movie cool, and the movie is just like dialed up Demon Slayer. Like if you're into it, you know what you're getting. It is that dialed up. The action is fucking incredible. The emotion is dialed up. The backstory, you know, sympathizing the demons, it's all there. Everything you know and love about Demon Slayer. Great first start to what is a trilogy, by the way, because this is the first of a trilogy of movies, and it is operating at this level in the U.S. box office. But I'm just telling you, like, incredible movie. If you like going to the movies to watch really fun action, unless you're like really anime averse, because I know there's still some people that just can't get into it because it's cartoons or whatever, right? I think this movie and the social proof that is just coming out from this movie's performance and the strong word of mouth is going to be a pretty big deal for anime in general. It's probably going to get a large portion of people to kind of be more open to not only seeing this, but seeing the next one and then seeing the next one. This moment happened for Marvel Studios. There was a moment when Marvel all of a sudden went from the thing that like all the critics were super hard on, everybody kind of talked shit on, and it was looked down upon, to the thing that gets like supported, and the fans were so like we hit a moment with Marvel where fans were so fired up and passionate about it that you saw reviewers cushion their criticism. You saw like literal changes in the way people talked about Marvel Studios because its fan base was so big and vocal and defensive of it. And I'm not even saying that's a good thing, but I'm just telling you, like, that shit happened. I watched that shit happen. That could be what's happening right now with Demon Slayer and with anime. If this shit is true, dude, if this thing opens to above $70 fucking million in the North American box office, I mean, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about a $400 million movie that's animation coming out of Japan? The first of a trilogy. Well, what's the second one do? I would say probably more. And then the third one, you could be looking at $1 billion movie. And the thing is, too, right? It seems really crazy, and it is kind of crazy. But look at, like, Lilo and Stitch. Look at, like, Minecraft. And they're technically live action, right? But Lilo and Stitch is basically animation. And then you look at some of the other animated things that have popped off, right? So Inside Out, Moana, some of these other like animated things. Why not anime? And I think, the K-pop Demon Hunter thing combined with this should be a huge fucking boon to the popularity of this stuff and what needs to happen next. Right? I mean, the K-pop Demon Hunter thing is insane. That is crazy. That's clearly going to change things. That could be $1 billion franchise. Demon Slayer might already be $1 billion franchise, depending on evaluation. But this right here is the kind of news that is going to break out of the anime bubble, and it is going to go into the mainstream movie bubble. It's going to break into just the regular ass zeitgeist bubble. People love to be a part of a thing. People love to know what is the next big thing. I'm really curious to see what the final numbers are, man, for this film. And I'm really interested to see what it does this weekend and what does it mean for the next one. I'd love to see it again. It was a truly fantastic experience. And one of the things that like a lot of anime fans will tell you is that part of the reason anime is doing so much better than a lot of Western media is because they really take care of their fans. Like, fan service is a literal pillar of anime. It's a pillar of it. Like, they know what the fans are wanting. They will play with it. Sometimes you don't always get what you want, but you are being treated as though you are the most important thing. I was talking to my wife a little bit about this yesterday because, she's into K-pop and she's getting into a little bit more of that kind of entertainment and culturally, that kind of stuff. Right? Hey, thank you, Felicia. I appreciate that. I'll get into that in a second. Or Felicity, sorry. Let me not lose my train of thought here. Do you guys know what idol culture is? Okay. Idol culture is... It's kind of hard to explain, but it's basically like celebrity. It's like dialed up celebrity for a lot of these different markets over there. And, it's a thing in, it's always been a thing, right? They're idols. I mean, one of my favorite movies is called Perfect Blue. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. Christopher Nolan steals a lot of Perfect Blue for like his movies, including Inception. So if you're like a real student of film, you got to watch Perfect Blue. That's the original. But the point is, Perfect Blue is about idol culture, like go-go girls, like these different kind of things in that society, in that culture. Well, one of the things that's like really in idol culture, and you might have noticed this if you've watched K-pop Demon Hunter, you can notice that there's a effort in the film to show how the fans are the most important thing. You know how like the girls do the thing for the fans and then they're tired at the end of the movie, but they just keep going forward because of the fans. The point is, it is inherent within that culture. And therefore, because of their pop culture, it has sort of infiltrated, you know, the wider global zeitgeist. It is a part of their culture that fans are respected to the utmost. Like to the utmost, like total fucking opposite of what you see in the West, where frankly a lot of them don't respect the audience and think if you have wrong think, you are not the person I make this for, and I'm going to actually not only say that, I'm going to let you know what I really think of you. Like this aggressive, almost anti-fan posturing, my opinion is the most important thing kind of a thing. There's a Western disrespect that's caked into that. I want people to kind of understand this, you know. That's a very Western thing. It's a very American thing to, you know, shake your spurs loud and be fucking disrespectful as shit. That's not an Eastern thing. In the East, even in combat, even against mortal enemies, respect is important. You know what I mean? Politeness is important. Something about that that's, I think, a little appealing, maybe given the cultural temperature over here in the West, you know? It's certainly something that has made the idol culture and K-pop itself very popular, and I think that's part of what drives the passion of that fan base. I say all of this to say that I think there's a real chance that some of the stuff is going to become bigger than ever, man. You know, we're at this weird inflection point. And during time periods like this, there does tend to be people that kind of come out of it a lot better, you know, than others. And a lot of us are wondering, what's going on with Hollywood? How's Hollywood going to respond? Well, if I know Hollywood, and I do a little bit, get ready for 10 years of them giving the weebs way more than they can even fucking handle, to the point that it's oversaturated and overbloated to where Marvel and Star Wars is at right now. So get ready. Live action anime. Anime, more anime than you could fucking shake a stick at. All the anime, Disney Plus animes, 6 times a year. Okay. Any thoughts? Any thoughts, comments, questions about anime, the West, Demon Slayer? What do you think? Y'all gonna go see Demon Slayer? I'm telling you, it's good. Anybody gonna see it? Wasn't Sydney Sweeney rumored for the Gundam movie? I don't know that I've ever heard that before, but that's officially my favorite rumor about the Gundam movie, so hopefully. Anime is the king. I saw Demon Slayer last night, 4DX. Amazing. Hell yeah, it was. I'm glad you liked it too. What were you saying, Josh? I don't remember. You're going to see it, Kaylin? Nice, man. Are you a Demon Slayer head? Or are you kind of just like, hey, I gotta see what it's about. Now I'll pass on that. What? Justin, are you an anime guy at all? Just out of curiosity. Seeing Demon Slayer and The Long Walk tomorrow? That sounds like a nice doubleheader. That'll be fun. I will caution the bringing of the children to this. There were some kids in our theater, and I was watching this movie, and I was like, I don't know that kids should be watching this shit. Like, Demon Slayer goes hard on some of its mature content. I'm a big Demon Slayer fan. Nice, man. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, this was great. If you're a fan of it, you're getting exactly what you think you're getting, and you're getting a really good version of it. It's quite peak, I would say. Quite peak. Yes, I watched the Boondocks. I love the Boondocks. I was just watching the Boondocks the other night, man. I watched the one with, it's actually funny. Now you're going to get me on a whole fucking tangent, but I'll make it really quick. I saw a clip of T-Pain talking about how he lost all his money and nobody prepares you for fame and then losing everything. And so then I watched the Boondocks episode where the one rapper loses everything. Do you remember that episode? When the bank's trying to repossess the house the whole time. His buddy's working at Wendy's. Fucking incredible episode. Yeah, Aaron McGruber is, I mean, he still is, but he's just like on another level. Yeah, Thugnificent. On another level, that guy. Oh my God, I love that episode, bro. It's so good. But I was just like, wow, it's just interesting that, I mean, I think Aaron has been proven to be almost prophetically correct about a lot of shit. Like, you look back at some of the things, not just in Boondocks, but then some of the stuff he said, and then you look at, like, nowadays, and you're like, man, this dude was kind of on it, you know? But anyway, let's get back on track. Anime, are y'all going to see Demon Slayer? Demon Slayer! Yes, Brixie says, fine, I'm sold. Let's go. Get in there, man. You're going to have a good time. Isn't that what life's about? Go have a good time. Go sit there in front of this thing and watch how the Japanese interpret demon hunting, shonen, hero's journey shit. It is, bro, they fucking cooked up a feast. No doubt about it. It is incredible. It is incredible. Currently cramming 70 episodes until Sunday when I watch it. Damn, that's a crazy cram, brother. Holy, 70 episodes? Although I believe you, I'm still waiting for streaming. Nothing wrong with that. You'll still enjoy it on streaming. I can't wait to watch it on streaming as well. You know, but I will say that that theatrical experience was pretty peak. It was pretty peak. All right, Demon Slayer, crazy, man. That success is wild. Even to me, I'm like, this is crazy. We'll talk on Monday about it, because we'll have official numbers. But like this, y'all surprised at that? I'm surprised. I thought this thing would do 30, 40 max. This is shocking, bro. I can't believe I just said that really crazy secret thing that I wasn't supposed to say. I can't believe I just said that crazy secret thing. I definitely shouldn't have just said that. Wish I could take it back. Oh, shit, I wish I could take it back, though. Okay, let's see here. Michael Phantom says, I don't know. I'm still reserving hype for Doomsday. I feel like everyone is wanting it to be, and hyping it up to be the Secret Wars should and will be. Maybe, yeah. I think that's fair. Secret Wars might be the better thing, the more exciting thing. I kind of think that's probably what it is either way, right? But I don't know. I'm still excited for Doomsday. Felicity says, you legit made me laugh out loud after a really messed up week. Laughter is so important, and I love to do it often. We don't always agree, but I'm glad to be here. I hope all of you Nerd Vengers have an awesome and nerdy day. Felicity, it's so good to see you. Longtime member. Yeah, I know I haven't seen you around in a long time, and I'm sure you've had your reasons. Totally understand. But yeah, thank you for that. And I'm glad we got to laugh a little bit. I don't know what it even was. I don't know what I said, but I can be a wild boy. You know what I mean? I can be a wild boy, so I don't know what it was, but appreciate you. Much love. JJ Le Mans says Demon Slayer rules because it just gives you what you like, but like pure and true to itself. I'm not trying to be anything awesome and fun. Yeah, there's something to be said for just like knowing what the formula is and sticking with it. Like, I've been watching a lot of Supernatural again because it was one of my favorite shows. My wife discovered it. We've been watching it together. She watches a little on her own too. But the point is, dude, you know why Supernatural's so good? It's just the brotherly thing that they have with Dean and Sam. It's so fucking good, and they just find ways to continue to make it interesting, to add a little bit of tension here, add a little bit of tension there, and ultimately it's still just always the brothers. You know what I mean? And man, when you got the right formula, like if you've got the right formula, you just let that ride, man. Like just do it. Do the thing. Berserk is great. I love Berserk. Berserk is traumatic, though. Dazuku says, seeing Demon Slayer tomorrow, I encourage everyone to try at least one anime manga. Some of the best stories come from it. Berserk, Vinland Saga, FMA, etc. Nerd Vengers for life. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Yeah, I think that I think anime and manga has some absolutely incredible stories. Really, really talented writers. Just great cartoonists, too, if you're just a fan of cartooning. And comics in general. Like I always tell people, you know, you've heard of Dragon Ball, you've watched Dragon Ball Z, you should really read some of the manga. Toriyama was so good. If you just admire cartooning, like the fluidity of his paneling, the action, the impact panels, like the energy he could put on the page was, I mean, it's like it's a special thing. It's just a special thing. So yeah, I would say plenty of awesome mangakas and showrunners and talented people have honed their craft and made some really incredible stuff. Bleach is awesome. I love Bleach, man. I love Bleach, and I'm a big fan of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc and all the stuff they're doing with that. Hell yeah. Supernatural is also my comfort show, rewatching it currently. Yeah, it's a great comfort show, man. Great comfort show. Again, it just has a great formula. Bleach definitely needs more respect. Yeah, I think time has been kind to Bleach overall. I think the 1,000-Year Blood War arc has been received mostly positively. I think that second core they did, I think the first core was absolutely fucking incredible. They trail off a bit, but the last core they released was very tight, very good. And I think he's filling out some of the complaints about the ending of the manga, I think are being filled out in this anime, which is great. And then the rumor is, and this is an old rumor, and I'm not like super dialed in on this, so I don't know if this is still true, but the old rumor was that he was going to do another manga arc with all the captains fighting in hell. And I'm like, yo, that could be crazy. So if they do that, I'd love to see it. Shalami Leaner says, hey, Josh, I love your hype for Doomsday. I just don't want you to be disappointed like you were for Daredevil. I hope you have a great weekend. Hey, thanks, man. You know, I think disappointment is a part of life. And I think that, you know, you think back to Daredevil, what would you have rather had, right? Think about it like this. Would you rather not be excited at all, think it was going to be absolute shit, and then, like, say it was okay and be like, okay, yeah, better than I thought? Or would you rather, like, be really hyped, be really excited, have high expectations, and then be disappointed when it doesn't meet them? I don't know. You know, I guess that's a personal question. But for me, I'd rather be hyped. And I kind of think it's on them to meet and exceed my expectations. They don't have to do it exactly the way that I want, right? Like, I think if you just do what the fans want, like, I was a little weirded out by those Tom Holland comments recently where he's like, I scour the internet to find out what the fans want. I mean, I just don't know that that's the way to do it. Because the truth is, you need to give fans, you need to, like, put a new twist on an old lemon. You know, we're talking about franchise entertainment. We're talking about legacy entertainment. There's a thing about it that people like. You need to find a way to do that thing in sort of a new way. A small twist on an old lemon. And that's where the juice is. It's like, yeah, man. So I say, have your high expectations, but be open. You know what I mean? Like, be open to it being different and still being good, which has happened to me. You know, definitely. Was the movie good? Oh my God, it was so good. Oh, it was so good, man. Highly recommend it. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. 2 thumbs way up. 2 thumbs way up. That was a sick lemon analogy. Holy shit. We're on fire over here, brother. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? We're dialed in. We're tapped in. With fucking mind bullets. Fucking mind bullets. Are we making lemonade? Can I put something out there? This might be a bit of a hot take. Can I just go with me on this? I think this is kind of a hot take. I don't know that there's anything more disappointing than terrible ass homemade lemonade. Okay, just walk with me on this, okay? So we all know lemonade, we know that taste, we know the flavor, we know what it's supposed to be. Okay? When you see fresh squeezed lemonade, when you see handmade lemonade or whatever, you get a expectation, right? You're like, oh shit, and you want it to be like that. And have you ever had that and then you taste it and it's bad? Like, next to no sugar, way too bitter, like so fucking bad. Makes me want to smash their little table, rip up their stupid little sign, and shove these kids into the ground. You know what I mean? Like, read the instructions. And what kind of a world are we building where these kids can go out there and make some bitch-ass, weak-ass lemonade And we're just going to give them the money and say, good job? This world is going to hell in a handbasket. And the problem is we're not dropping WWE level wrestling moves against these children when they don't make the lemonade good enough. Fuck. Shit. Okay, anyway. Doomsday Theory crafting was so fun. What if Doom and Reed Richards created TVA Sacred Timeline to trap He Who Remain to remove him? Get that king out of my face. Oh, hell yeah, bro. I know exactly what you're saying. And also, what? Josh, when's Nerd Theory coming back? You know what? I was actually thinking about that today. You know? I mean, I thought about hitting Theory up and being like, you know, what are you doing Monday? You know, the only issue, guys, the only problem with that, and I think you're just hear me out. You know, you might be a little upset when you hear this. The only problem with Monday is I'm supposed to play Warhammer with Adam from Fanjecture. So basically, it is Adam from Fanjecture's fault that Nerd Theory is not coming back this Monday. I just want to throw that out there. And that's Adam from Fanjecture at... I don't When's the Diamond Lounge coming back? I don't know what that is, man. What is that? What are you talking about? Should we discuss the Snyderverse? I don't know if you're picking up on these vibes, but we're having a bit of a chaotic stream today. The energy's crazy in here. You guys are out of control. You're saying the wildest shit I've ever heard you say in my fucking life. So I'm really excited to get into this Snyderverse segment. I think this is going to be some good content. Buckle up. It's time. It's time. I don't even know what's going to happen. I genuinely don't even know what's going to happen. It's what's so fun about going live, man. I don't know what's going to pop out of this brain. Holy. Imagine the DCU movies on Netflix. All right, let me imagine it. Lit. Rebel Moon is back? Dude, Rebel Moon never left. Also, what is that? Okay, we're gonna have to talk about this. We're going to have to discuss this, and it's the Snyderverse. God, these fucking Snyderverse fans. When are they gonna let it go? When are they gonna get with the program? James Gunn. Check this out, man. I want to show you some shit. Okay, this was posted on September 6th at 6:42 p.m. I said Paramount could buy DC. Paramount just got the UFC. Zack Snyder is doing the UFC movie. Paramount could restore the Snyderverse? And they called me a madman. They called me crazy. But do you know what recently happened, guys? This. The Wall Street fucking Journal, which is pretty credible. I don't know exactly where Wall Street is, but I've heard it's close to some big banks. It's pretty official source here. Paramount is prepping to bid to buy Warner Brothers. Oh my God, it's real? Oh my God, wait, what? We're really doing it? Yeah, it's really going to happen. I think, right? Don't know for sure. By the way, I wonder what the comments look like under this post here with 5 million views. I wonder what the comments look like. It's time. Restore the Snyderverse. Super Tuber Eddie says, so begins the end. Oh, wait, but Warner Brothers is doing great with their blockbuster flop Superman. What the fuck? So you're telling me we could see more of this? Oh, that's kind of benign. We're one step closer to Sonic and Flash. That's kind of fun. So Paramount Plus would likely close the merge. HBO Max, blah, blah, blah. Just theorizing. No cultists. They aren't getting rid of James Gunn and Peter Safran. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, totally normal response as one would expect in the internet. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's get into this. Yeah, no, I did talk about this a while back. I think it's been an ongoing rumor. There's even been some reporting that it could happen. I believe Matthew Bellany of Puck was reporting on this just the other week, like this exact scenario here. Jeff Snyder was reporting on this. I remember Jeff's piece because I've subscribed to Jeff's newsletter. Yeah, he used some really interesting language around it. It just seemed like 2027 was the year to maybe get this going on, and really projections of strength of the brand into 2027 is a big, big deal for the value of this company in this sale. On top of that, they split the company a couple of months ago. They seem to put all the debt in the shitty side of the company, paving the way for the side of the company that has all of the DC characters to not have that debt and be, therefore, a much more valuable asset. Kind of crazy. Okay, so the signs have been there. What does this mean? Well, look, number one, I mean, let's just be clear here. Zaslav wants this to happen. This has been the thing. A lot of people have asked me, while we've talked about this, why do you think this is real? Why would this happen? I don't understand. It's basically all Zaslav. You could lay it all at the feet of this guy. This guy came in and basically everybody in that town was like, this dude's going to sell. This dude's whipping up some shit to sell. Okay? And so that is what it is. He absolutely wants to do this. And a lot of the actions he has taken has been to make this a more affordable buy. You know what he recently said in an interview too? This Zaslav motherfucker is wild. He literally said in an interview recently, man, I should try to find the comments here, but he recently talked about the pricing of the service being underpriced. Let me see if I can find this. This answer is, I mean, it probably isn't that shocking. I thought it was pretty wild. He said something to the effect of like, we think it's underpriced, but we're going to spend a couple of years getting goodwill before we look at raising the price or something like that. Like, it was wild, where he basically said like, yeah, we think it's underpriced, but we're going to get a couple more years of goodwill before we jack up the price on everything. And you're just like, holy shit. Like, he's just saying it. He's just saying it. Point is, this is probably going to happen. So what does it mean for everything? You know, the biggest question, honestly, is about DC and James Gunn, right? I think the reality is, although it's a lot of memes and although I'm joking and like, yes, technically it does mean the Synderverse could be restored. Like, make no mistake about it, guys. When something like this happens, the possibility of something like the possibility of something crazy happening becomes a lot more likely, right? So do I personally think they're actually going to restore the Synderverse? No, but is that way more likely if this goes through? Yes, 100%. I think this could be good for DC overall. It could ultimately be good for James Gunn as well. Warner Brothers has a stink on it, especially with the DC characters. I think that's just fair. And I think a lot of people have issues with how Warner Brothers has treated these characters. Even Gunn himself has talked about how Warner Brothers treated Henry Cavill really poorly. You know, Warner Brothers kind of screwed up a lot of stuff. There's issues there. There's a lot of drama, a lot of baggage. A lot of fans don't like Warner Brothers because of the nonsense over the past couple of years, right? When you sell a company like this, or when it's like this. It's like when a shitty restaurant has that big sign out front that says under new management, right? Why do they do that? They do that because if you've had a bad experience about it, or you have a perception of this place providing bad service, they want to give you an avenue by which another different experience could be had. So you're like, okay, I heard this place sucks balls, but it's under new management. Let's go check it out. Maybe they're going to do things totally different. Maybe it's going to be really, really good, right? This is a branding thing. It's why I've said for so long that Kathleen Kennedy needs to go, because you need to just have a lot of people that are not fucking with Star Wars have even the ability to imagine Star Wars doing things differently. If she's no longer in charge, oh shit, maybe it's going to be totally different. Therefore, I can maybe have a different experience with it. Maybe I'm a little bit more interested. That's why you do things like this. So like from a just basic branding perspective, I think there's so much baggage and bullshit with Warner Brothers that it could actually benefit DC. to go under Paramount. Absolutely, I think that could be the case. The Paramount CEO and this guy is definitely making some moves right now, okay? And I think this has ruffled some feathers of some people. I think there's some people maybe left-leaning that have some issues with some of the things he said or maybe some of the things that he prioritizes. I would tell you the reason that's out there is because this dude clearly does view middle America, flyover state conservative audiences as very important. That's obvious. Just based on some of the things he said, some of the acquisitions, I think the UFC comments, like there was this comment he made about the UFC and how they're not going to raise their prices for Paramount Plus with the UFC. And he made a comment that we're trying not to price out middle America and we think those customers are really important and we want to provide value for them or some bullshit line like that. But it just showed that like saying that, directly addressing that demo, super obvious. I would argue if you looked at the programming of Paramount Plus from even the last 3 to 4 years, it's obvious they're going after that. The stuff they built with Stallone, the stuff that they built with Landman, the stuff that they built with Mayor of Kingstown. You look at these shows, and even the Guy Ritchie John, Mobland, you look at these shows, dude, these are obviously, they're like Reacher shows. They're targeting a more, I mean, I guess you could say conservative, but it's really just like a more average middle American audience. They're targeting that. Paramount absolutely is in a line with that philosophy. And sure, maybe for some people that makes you worried. And we had the guy in here talking about how the DC is like democratic or some shit. Like, I don't know exactly the point he was trying to make. But I will say this, there are a lot of people that seem to really care about this kind of stuff, messaging and all that. The culture war is obviously very real and raging right now. And so, yeah, you could see how some people would be concerned about this guy taking control of this IP and what he would do. I think Gunn has shown that he's willing to play ball. He's playing ball with Zaslav. I think he's playing ball or trying to with a conservative audience. I think Gunn comes from a conservative place. I don't think he is conservative himself, but I think he has a lot more empathy for those folks and conservative people than maybe some others. Maybe this is a good formula. Maybe this Paramount guy and Gunn are a really good formula together. And maybe they can cook stuff that even Warner Brothers would not have let them cook. Like maybe Paramount Plus, maybe this Paramount guy, if he was in charge right now, he'd be like, hey, Matt Reeves, your Batman's either a part of the DCU or you're not making this movie. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And look, you can say maybe that's not the right move or that's, we shouldn't do that or whatever. I think leadership requires decisiveness. And I think in a really crazy dynamic world, you need to take risks, but you need to move fast and you need to be decisive. So I don't know. I see a scenario here in which this is actually really positive for the DCU, really positive for James Gunn, and positive for this brand, for DC as a brand. Now, of course, like it could be the case that this guy is not interested in what James Gunn is doing. I can't imagine that actually being the thing. Like, I would love that. I'm going to be honest with you. Number one, it would be so funny if this dude was like, you know what? I didn't even really like Superman. We're restoring the Synderverse. And like, dude, if that happened, I would laugh my ass off. It would be fucking incredible. We would make so much content about it. It would be insane. But the chances of that, I think, are literally next to zero. Like, I think legitimately the chances of that are like next to zero. However, does the culture that Paramount is trying to cozy up to, does that affect Gunn and DC? Because think about it like this. If you're the guy that now controls DC, right? If you're the CEO and you have a certain thing you want Paramount as a company to be, which was the same thing Warner Brothers did, which created some issues, but let's just say you're Paramount and you have a vision for what that's going to be. If Gunn's vision does not align with that, you are well within your rights to say, so long, sayonara, and we're going to start from scratch. I don't think that's going to happen. But technically, sure, that is an option, and it depends on how he sees the cohesion. Creating big corporate art, and again, I actually want to give Gunn credit here because I think you look at Superman, and he really did play ball. Like, I think he's playing ball, right? Maybe not with Peacemaker, but whatever. Like, that's fine. That's like one for them, one for me. I think Gunn was playing ball, and I think him playing ball is going to be an asset as the ownership changes, right? So we'll see. This is an interesting time. This is definitely a dynamic story, but Paramount buying Warner Brothers, man, I can't fucking believe it, although I guess I can actually believe it. What do you guys think, man? Any thoughts, comments, questions, concerns here? How many of you think they're going to restore the Synderverse for reals? Chat, what do you think? Is it Synderverse time? Is it confirmed? What do you mean, is it confirmed? It is absolutely confirmed as far as a bid is going through, okay? Does that mean it is sold? No. So there's a lot of things that could happen. There could be, the government could step in and say, no. To be honest with you, though, this Paramount guy seems close to the administration. Fucked up to say, but they'll probably get favor. This will happen if it goes in front of the government, I think. The deal could fall through because one of the sides doesn't think it's good enough. That could be what it is. Yeah, I mean, it is as close as ever to happening. You see what I mean? Does it mean that it's going to happen? No. Yeah. Apple comes in with a better bid. I mean, there could be a lot of things that could happen at this juncture. Yeah. Yeah. Unlikely, but I'd love for it to happen. We need to see Superman Justice League versus Dark Side battle movie. Yeah. I mean, look, the truth of the matter is, man, I mean, it is just it's a very dynamic, it's like an inflection point in this whole story. Now, a lot of us thought that they were going to do this, but a lot of us thought it would probably happen in like 2027. And then I remember when Gunn first got the job, when he first got the job, there were a lot of rumors that it was going to be NBC Universal that would buy Warner Brothers. And there were a lot of questions about what that would mean as Gunn was just getting started, right? Like, the way I think of it is, I think Superman is definitely a fine enough start, and I do think there's interest there. They obviously need to get the Batman thing figured out, but that could resolve by the time the sale goes through. So maybe then it's like, okay, now we have DC Batman. And here's the thing, too. If you're Paramount, like, so just think of it like this, right? If you're the Paramount guy, and let's say you sit down with James, okay? You have a meeting with Gunn. I mean, if I'm Gunn, what I'm going to tell you is, I'm kind of playing with one hand behind my back right now because of Batman. And by the time you buy this thing, I will have full access to Batman, and we will fucking cook. I will deliver you billion-dollar movies, and I will deliver to you a rabid fan base that absolutely loves DC characters. That would be my pitch if I were Gunn. And I think it's true too, right? It just all depends on what vision he has for it. I would honestly tell you the only thing that I can think of that would actually make this guy want to part with Gunn is a branding thing. Like, he just might really feel like it's a bad fit branding wise. I don't even think it is, though. I think Gunn can play ball. Frankly, I think Gunn is actually a little more conservative than people realize. You know, and maybe I'm reaching there, but I mean, he comes from like middle American family and shit. You know, I'm sure he's obviously liberal in some ways for sure. But look, credit where credit is due. You know, it's commercial art, and part of that is working with the big bosses. Gunn just did a great job. Zaslav and him seem to be really working well together. That's a feather in the cap of when the next guy is in. You know, like Zaslav could literally be like, yo, this is my guy, James. And the other dude's like, trust you. We'll see. He's best friends with Chris Pratt, who's probably conservative. Yeah, I mean, I would just imagine that he has a pretty complex view of all this sort of stuff. Maybe he wouldn't even consider himself any one of these, you know, I'm this or I'm that. The labels are weird, right? He probably has a nuanced view of a lot of this stuff. I'd be fine with Snyder to do some stuff, but make it Elseworlds or something. I mean, look, the question is, what is going to be successful for Paramount? Right now, Zach's working on two things. So he's working on the UFC movie. That's intrinsically linked to Paramount now. Like, I believe, and I don't know the contracts, but I would imagine Paramount has actual stake as the official licensor of UFC for the next couple of years, the next 7 years. I would imagine Paramount has some stake in that movie now with Zach, right? How successful is that movie? That's the most important question. If you want, like, I guess what I'm saying is this, like, does Zack Snyder have more commercial hits in him? I would imagine yes. Are those hits DC? I would imagine no. Do you know what I mean? But stranger things have happened. I mean, look, here's the thing about the Snyder fans, right? Everybody gives the Snyder fans a lot of shit. And rightfully so, to be honest with you. Like, y'all are fucking wild. Like, you've clipped me out of context a lot. Like, you guys are, some of you Snyder fans, whoo, you need a vacation. You know what I mean? You need a vacation, you need some loving, you know. But here's the thing about the Snyder fans that everybody forgets. They literally did the impossible. They did the impossible. Do you realize they did restore the Snyder Cut? And before that happened, like, I don't know that many people now appreciate just how wild that was. I mean, maybe you've seen some of these supercuts of people like John Campea and others saying that there is no Snyder Cut, it'll never happen, and being very rude to the Snyder Cut people. Guys, it was real. There was a cut. They finished it. It exists. And it's the biggest gotcha, egg in your face, the craziest victory I've ever seen in my time as covering fandom. I've never seen anything like it, and we probably will never see anything like it again. So these motherfuckers did the impossible. They got a corporation to shell out an extra $70 million to finish a director's vision for a film that literally to this day haunts them and has actually done a net negative to the actual DC thing. It'll never happen again. It'll never happen again. So they did the craziest, most impossible thing. Why do you think they won't let it go? If you did something that was impossible, do you think you would just let it go? The next time you did something and somebody was like, I don't think that'll ever happen, I'd be like, yeah, sounds familiar. For better or worse, that is what it is. For better or worse, that happened, guys. Like, you know what I mean? So, hey, you want to tell them to let it go? By all means. I mean, you know, it's hard, man. You know, you do the impossible. It's really hard. The next time somebody's like, that's unlikely, right? All right, time to crash the stream. Let's stop this recording. All right, now I'm going to say the crazy thing that I shouldn't say because this stream's about to... This stream's probably definitely down. So now I'm going to say the cancelable crazy thing. I'm going to say the wildest fucking thing that you've ever heard in your fucking life. Here it goes. Oh, wait, what? We're still on? The Exodus says with a $5 holla, I still want a Doomsday Clock adaptation with all the Snyderverse cast and Zach's Watchmen cast. That would be great. It could wrap up the Snyderverse with a neat bow. Oh, hell yeah. That would be cool, man. For sure. I like where your head's at with that. Yes, yes, yes. What do you guys think? Is anybody here worried about the Paramount thing? I think the Paramount thing could be a good fit. Really, I do. He hates Jeff Johns, though. What? I personally feel the Gunverse is much worse than the Snyderverse. Yeah, it's your prerogative. The Gunverse is very new, though, you know? Like, I'm giving it a fighting chance. I like what we have so far. I mean, I guess I just like Superman, really, but... Wasn't Doomsday Clock meh? I don't know, man. I actually didn't read it. Paramount that ass. Wait, what? Now Paramount is clearly bringing in visionaries. Paramount's making some serious moves, dude. And they have that Lionsgate deal they signed with distribution. Like, they're going for it, dude. Like, Paramount is making a serious fucking play right now. It's crazy. Kind of cheeks. Oh. Sounds like a W, honestly. I think it is. But I understand why others don't. You know, maybe you don't like what this guy's saying or whatever. That's cool. Optimus Prime versus Batman incoming. Dude, Batman would fuck Optimus Prime up. Batman would turn Optimus Prime into a literal trophy in the Batcave. He'd make him be the next Batmobile. And then every time he rode him, he'd be like, Optimus Prime, tell me you're my bitch. And then Optimus would be like, Batman, I'm your bitch, you know? Hell yeah. Paramount, aka Skydance, has the rights to the for Foundation. Oh, interesting. Optimus Prime, I'm inside you. Yes, Batman, you are inside me. Hell yeah. See, these are the crossovers. You know, look, I'll write a couple of pitches up. We'll send them into Paramount. You guys are so worried, but I think we got something here. Paramount have enough money to unite the DC fandom, but again, they might give everyone what they want or can restart everything. Why don't they just do the KO? Here's what I think they should do. Okay? Fight for your right to party. Okay? Do a Tournament of Power. All the versions of the DC characters. Snyder's version versus Gunn's. And they all have a fight to the death. And the winners get to be the actual people in the reboot. Hell yeah. Like, why not lean into it? Like Civil War type energy, but with a bunch of DC fans. I mean, like, look, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, a lot of you are like eye rolling, or a lot of you would be like, no fucking way. Do you think that shit would make $1 billion? Deadass. I'll come out and be like, you know what we're doing, guys? You know what we're doing? Y'all Snyder fans, y'all Gunn fans, you guys are crazy and y'all can't decide. Well, guess what? We're going to put it all on the line. Henry Cavill versus David Corn Sweat. Hell yeah. You think that shit wouldn't pop off? $1 billion. Yeah. Black Adam would win. Yeah, Black Adam comes in from the top rope. Black Adam, your arms look way smaller than when we saw you in that post-credit scene. What's going on, bud? Public vote like they did with Jason Todd. Hell yeah, Finto! Public voting of which one dies. Oh, I love it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Black Adam, Dallas Buyers Club? No! Oh, no! Oh, no! You can't say that. Henry Cavill Thrawn would have been dope, especially after his sword work on Highlander. Yeah, all right, yeah. What sword are you talking about, David? Any other version of Batman would end Pattinson emo-infused Batman? 100%. 100%. That'd be a nice send-off for Matt Reeves' universe. Like at the very start, like he's there, and basically everybody from both sides are like, okay, bud. Yeah, okay, the adults are talking over here. Why don't you go back to trick-or-treating? And then they shove him in a portal or something. It'd be awesome. Need a video introduction to Warhammer? Here's the thing, VM Studios, which now I see that your VM that's been banned, and now you have to be banned again. Sorry. But here's what I'll say to you. Look up this channel called Warhammer Explained. Really good channel. Very active. Very active. Lots of uploads. That channel has a video that is over 1 million views breaking down Warhammer. Check it out. Check it out, bud. Hell yeah. Random question. Have you seen the Anime to be Hero X shirt shit is fire. No, I haven't seen that, actually. I haven't seen that. Is that the channel that only has, like, one video? 3! It's got 3 videos on it. With a 4th on the way. With a 4th on the way. The guy on that channel looks like Josh, too. Yeah, but you never see his face. You promised more videos by the end of the month. I did, didn't I? I did, didn't I? I think we're gonna do it. All right, let's finish off the stream, ladies and gentle beings. Let's finish off the stream talking about Doctor Doom. So this is interesting, man. So yesterday at the end of the stream, right, there was the Doctor Doom stuff. So somebody in chat was like, dude, there's this light show thing, and we were watching that yesterday, and all of us were like, well, what the hell is this, right? And a lot of fun things in here, a lot of fun things that we explored and discussed. And then after that happened, this image came out. Now, we were on stream, but this didn't make its way into the clips. But man, do I love this image for Doctor Doom. And this does appear to be official marketing for the film. This was in Shanghai. It was an official marketing event. It had other images of Disney characters, and they're clearly teasing this Doctor Doom thing. Okay, so couple of different things to say about this, right? Oh, here's a high quality version of it. Oh man, so cool. Oh, somebody took out the lines. Somebody took out the lines of it there. Oh man, that's really, really cool. Okay, so we will get into this a bit here because there's things that I want to talk about in the design here. A lot of really interesting elements. But overall, it just looks fucking awesome. Like, that's what we could say for sure. This shit looks great. And I have not seen many people complain about it. I have seen a couple of people here and there, but not many people are complaining about it. A lot of people are like, this shit is lit. Holy crap, Dr. Doom be looking good. Okay, so that's kind of just the first thing. The other thing that I want to tell you here, because you might be like, why is this popping up, right? Like, why did they do this light show thing? Why do they have this official look? It feels so weird that we're not getting, like, actual marketing. We're getting this, like, weird stuff. And if you recall, the Russos sent out, I remember they sent out some stuff to some influencers, including Soups. They sent out a Boss Logic fan art print of Doctor Doom as Iron Man. And so, like, you could see this pattern of little teases here. The Russos dropped that chalkboard pic the other day, right? Well, according to HD, Cryptic HD, an insider account on Twitter, according to this guy, the plan for Marvel Studios is to do these little, like, dink and dunk marketing things, which are super vague and tease. And they just want to, like, have, like, a little thing here, a little thing there, and kind of just keep the conversation going because the interest is there and they know it. And then the big push of the marketing will start next summer. So basically, like, for now, up until next summer, right? So 6-7 months, we're going to get little teases, little drops, little things like this. And the speculation will just be wild. As we get closer to that summer date, which will be probably around the Spider-Man film, I would imagine we have a post-credit scene in Spider-Man that's really important. Possibly even the first actual teaser trailer for Doomsday will play in front of Spider-Man. That's the way I would do it. And then Comic-Con, if Marvel decides to go back to Comic-Con, which is a whole other thing, but if let's just say that they do, perfect opportunity for San Diego Comic-Con and Hall H to get people excited about Doomsday. That's probably when we get the first teaser trailer, the first actual marketing push, right? So to just kind of explain it again, it seems like we're getting dinks and dunks and little things here and there. And I got to say, I think this is effective. You know, the other day somebody asked me, like, are you really going to be able to talk about Doomsday for 1.5 years straight? And my answer is like, fuck yes. Like 100% totally zero problem with it. And in fact, the reality is the question about Doomsday and the question about Secret Wars is so prevalent in the fandom that it's actually the opposite of what you think. It's actually been difficult to talk about other shit. Part of the reason it's difficult to talk about Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Brave New World is because there's not a direct correlation, something you can really draw to the Doomsday thing. That's what everybody's really curious about. That's why things like Loki perform so well. That's why, like, Far From Home, Deadpool, like, these things that are big spectacle multiversal things that seem to tie into the big questions about the multiversal saga, I think that's really where the fan interest is. So, to me, Looking at the thing yesterday, and then the reporting from Cryptic, where he's like, yo, this is what you're looking at for the next 6 to 7 months until we get into the proper thing. I love it. I absolutely love it. There's a couple of things about this specifically that are really interesting. Sweetie, come here. Sweetie, come here. You're ruining my segment. Stop. A couple of things that are like really interesting about yesterday. The light show specifically is wild. So one of the things that's in there that they're hiding, but it's like being hidden on purpose so that you can come over here, get a sense of it, is the spine rip. Right? So a lot of people are talking about the spine rip. It's like hidden in here, but it's literally Doom ripping the spine, this iconic moment from the Secret Wars comic where he rips out the spine of Thanos. Dude, for sure that's being done purposely. Like 100%. They're like, yo, tease that epic ass shit where he rips that spine. Let's tease that out. And I don't know about you guys. I don't necessarily expect that to happen in Doomsday, but I do expect that to happen in Secret Wars. I do. I think that's about as iconic as the snap in a lot of ways. And the Russos clearly wanted to do the snap. So that's one of the things. I think the other thing that's really interesting is it really did look like the 10 rings. As we talked about yesterday, it clearly looks like the 10 rings. And it looks like Doom is able to use the 10 rings and sort of use that obelisk type of spinning circle thing that maybe is celestial technology, maybe it's just connected to magic or whatever. That's clearly front and center in that light show thing, which is interesting. You have that rune, which a lot of folks are just saying is like Doctor Doom's rune. It's basically just Doom's magical rune, but it's formed at the center of the rings and the celestial tech, and it's just like, wow, like this is all really interesting and crazy. No clarity whatsoever. They're not telling us anything. It's all vague teases, but it's enough to get me excited. It's enough to get me interested, because I think that is going to represent the magic and the ability of Doom to use that magic. Like, I think that rune is going to be central. I think it's going to be important. Remember, Wanda uses runes. Other witches use runes. I think Doctor Strange even has some rune stuff that he does. So yeah, really, really cool. Now, about the suit specifically here. Let's talk about the suit specifically. I really like this for Doom. And it just feels so medieval. It feels like archaic. It looks heavy. Like he looks like a Knight Templar or some shit. Like just really, really cool. I think the chainmail is great. You don't often see Doom depicted with this chainmail. Most of the time when you see the suit, it's that classic suit, which seems to just be like encased, right? It's like completely encased. The chainmail here is really dope. I like the almost like the knight-esque armor on the chest, right? I just, man, I can't say enough positive things about this. The face mask itself, the way the riveting is done, the facial structure of the mask, I think is so cool. Now, another thing that people pointed out, and folks were asking me about this as well, it's super different than the mask you get in the Fantastic Four post-credit scene. Well, what I've been saying, and we've talked about this in some clips and streams, is that there's going to be a time jump, okay? So I think just like when you look at Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four movie, you're seeing like a 60s version of him. And the one you'll see in Doomsday is going to be a more modern one with like the classic threading and the actual like, you know, structure of an MCU modern suit. Same thing with Doom. I think the suit you see at the end of that movie is a 60s inspired Doctor Doom suit. And I think this suit, this version, will be the modern version, the one that he'll look like when he is seen in Doomsday. Right? So obviously some advancements to the suit. Maybe this is a bit of Galactus technology, you know? Maybe it's a bit of celestial technology, you know? Because you look at this, you've got some runes on these gauntlets. The gauntlets look really badass. Like, they certainly look like they have some power or some devices. The runes make you think that maybe there's some magical properties there. The circular object here on his arm, is that a 10 ring? Is that a piece of celestial tech? What is that exactly? Who knows? Yeah, I mean, it seems just super correct for the character. A great vibe. Heavy. Looks heavy. Looks like I can kind of understand why Downey didn't necessarily want to be in this suit for 8 hours a day. And maybe why they wanted to get a stunt double in there that has a, like, it has to look intimidating. You know what I mean? Like, I think Doom has to be big. He has to look big and intimidating. So maybe that's something they're tinkering with, this look and Downey and everything on set. But overall, I'm fucking blown away, man. I really am. And as a person, you know, chat even today has been like, hey, man, I just don't want you to be disappointed in Doomsday. Like, maybe we shouldn't be all that excited about Doomsday. I don't know, man. Like, I see some shit like this. It is legitimately... sometimes you guys give me shit for having high expectations and for things not meeting my expectations. This look of Doom here is exceeding my expectations for what I wanted of MCU Doom. If we're even close to this look, this is iconic as fuck. This is perfect for Doctor Doom. Holy shit. So, kudos to them. This is awesome. And I am excited for Doomsday. I think for fans like me, and hopefully for many of you, these little dinks and drops over the next 6 months are going to be awesome. And we're going to get crazy excited about each and every one of them. And then when the marketing actually kicks off, that's going to be a wild time. I'm telling you right now. From the first trailer for Doomsday to that first stream after we all watch Doomsday, that is going to be peak Den of Nerds content. And then Doomsday into Secret Wars is going to be another peak year of Den of Nerds content leading up to the watch party where we all watch Secret Wars together in theaters. It's going to be fucking incredible. So I'm really, really excited. Chat, what do you think? What do you think of this Doomsday shit? What do you think of it? Here, I'll scroll up a little bit and see what you guys say. It would be cool if they did Kang instead of Thanos ripping the spine scene. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it could be that. Could be. The chain link is tight. The chain link is nice. I never, like, thought I would like chain link on Doom, personally. But damn, it's working. Damn, it's working. There are still people and fans said the spine rip would be more Wolverine or Thanos spine looking. The debate of that part. Yeah, it could be. They could definitely change the character. The spine rip is important, but yeah, I mean they could change it. I say make it Thanos still though. Josh, there's a new look with the cloak and the legs. I did hear about that. Can you send it to me or link me? Let me see if I can find it here. Just go Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom. Oh, this. Yeah. It's a little... So we'll look at this. The angle's a little funny. It makes him look a little munchkin-y. Like, this is a little funny here. But, yeah, it's cool. Hey, stop. Come here. Puppy, you don't need to go outside. Come here. You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah, I mean, I like this. I think the boots are really good, really appropriate. He's mean mugging for sure. Yeah, I love the cloak. They really nailed it, man. They really nailed it. Love this look. Love this look, man. Bum, bum. Do you still believe he's from 828? Yes, I do, yeah. I mean, it's Doom. Come on. How can you not get hyped? That's the thing, right? Like, hey, maybe they did kind of pull this together. As I've said many times, I think the plan was there, but they did adjust it, obviously, after Kang. But at the end of the day, like, if you're going to just pick a random-ass character to be like, oh, it's actually this character, Doom is that guy. And, like, dude, people fucking love Dr. Doom. Like, Dr. Doom is awesome. And just looking at this thing, I'm like, holy shit. You're talking to Feige, and he says he'll let you keep the whole Doom costume after Secret Wars if you stay in the bathroom with KK while she poops. What do? You hope that she's eating a lot of fiber and hasn't had Arby's or Taco Bell recently. That's what you do. I also think it's Magneto's spine. Ooh, could be Magneto's spine. That would be wild, yeah. That would be wild. If they do the spine rip in the first scene of the movie, it's going to be insane. You're talking about spine rip in the first scene? You want a spine rip scene one? Like a cold open spine rip? I'm down. Here's I'll meet you guys halfway, okay? I'll meet you halfway. I'm down for a scene 1 spine rip if it's Deadpool. Right? Like the opening scene is like, there's a lot of confusion in the trades about whether or not I was actually going to be in this movie. And then Dr. Doom's like, shut up, clown, and rips his spine out. And then we roll credits. The Marvel thing comes down. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Perfect way to show how powerful Doom is from the start. Perfect way. Perfect. Cinema, baby. Any more thoughts on this Dr. Doom stuff here, guys? Come on, man. It's cool, right? We all saw the Dr. Doom stuff and we're like, yo, this shit's cool, man. You mean the same guy you have in the room behind you? I mean, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you got me. Yeah, you got me. Yep. Doom goes to Yuto's observatory. What? I'm useless to show Doom spine rip at the start, but killed ants at the end. Fair. All right, guys, we gotta stop the stream soon because I'm hungry, and also this dog won't stop, man. What the hell? Oh, hey, would you stop? She said no. Guys, I said I was gonna stop the stream, but not immediately. Why'd you guys do that? Oh my. Guys. Oh my. All right, let's catch up here. Johnny Tsunami says, I hope it's Thanos spine ripped by RDJ Doom. It would give double meaning to the mirroring Tony snapping away Thanos in Endgame and the previous Infinity War ones. Oh, yeah, man. I like that. Kyberson says, Josh, what you want from Arby's? I got a side of ranch for you too. Hold the ranch, brother. I'm good on that. Actually, I really like Arby's, but my wife does not like Arby's. So you know what that means? I don't eat a lot of Arby's. So I don't know the last time I had Arby's, to be honest. But yeah, it's one of my go-tos, man. It's one of my go-tos. Dope topic, but breaking Warhammer news. What? The data slate got leaked? No fucking way. Adam, you better not be lying to me. Oh, Adam, I'm going to do Nerd Theory on Monday and not play Warhammer with you if you're lying. I'm just going to say it. Send me the link. Oh my God, I might be right. Whoa. Hang on. Farsight minus 10 points. Broadsides minus 10 points. Fire Knife and Sunforge minus 10 points. Riptide gun start at strength 10? What? Holy shit. Okay, there's some we got to get into some stuff here. Guys, I'm sorry. The stream is basically over. Okay? Because you got to understand, I've been waiting for this fucking data slate. Everybody has. The whole Warhammer community has been waiting for this data slate. Okay? And now it's here. So the stream's over. Now I have to go figure out what the hell is going on here. Aggressors are down to 200 points for 6. Ballistas went up to 150. No! Man, that sucks for the Belisis, honestly. But I guess it makes sense. Okay, Adam, where's everything else at? Where's the custody stuff? Where's everything? Yeah, the Warhammer is dead. Doom killed it. Hey, you don't say that. Chrome got a buzz. Abaddon is 10 points cheaper now. What? Where's the Dark Angel shit, bro? Angron got minus 25 points. Whoa, dude. Are they going to give something to the Lion? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I can't believe this leaked. Celestine is 150. Bro, Custodian Guard went minus 15 for a 5-man squad. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Custodes! Custodian Guard down 15 points for a 5-man squad. Holy shit. Oh my god, let's fucking go. Hang on now, dude. This is crazy. Should I just end the stream? I can find all this myself here. Firesight is 60 points. Farsight is down to 85 points. The Fire Knife Crisis suits are only 120. Dude, that's crazy. Bro, they took Broadside battle suits down to 270 for 3. Riptide Ion plus 2 strength to 10 on the overcharge. Dude, Tower about to shit. Adam, my Tower gonna shit on you, bro. Dude, I mean, I'm not trying to get like super cocky and go crazy just because of a couple points changes and everything like that, but we're shitting on you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whew. Man, I need to know all the things. That's fucking crazy. So it's 9 strength on it. Dude, I'm telling you right now, dead ass. Oh, we're playing these on Monday, Adam. Oh, don't you worry, Adam. I got the screenshot right here. Any Space Wolf changes? Oh, shit. Here we go. Your shit's up, bro. Interesting. Okay. I want to know what's going on with the Dark Angels, man, because I feel like the Dark Angels were like right on the line. Oh my god, I can't believe this happened. Where's the Dark Angel shit? Wait, what? Silent Fight Phase, select 2 Primarch of the First Legion's abilities? Get the fuck out of here. No way. You get to pick. No way. Dude, if they really did that to the Lion. What the? What? No way this is real. What? Dude, if this is real, I'm gonna start winning tournaments. I'm gonna go pro. I'm going pro in Warhammer competitive. Look, you're not even gonna know what this means. But this is going to spell doom to my enemies. At the start of your command phase, select 2 Primarch of the First Legion abilities? 2? You used to only select 1. Now I can select 2. Now he can uppy downy and get his reroll aura. That's fucking absurd, frankly. That's fucking absurd. Hopefully no points changes. Don't make them more expensive, baby. Woo! Oh my. All right, anyway, let's wrap this stream up here. I've got a couple of hours of checking out Warhammer stuff for... You can take 2 abilities. It's real. It's real. The Lion can select 2 abilities. It's real. Yo, Adam, you want to play Dark Angels on Monday? Would you like to fight against the Dark Angels? I know you said Tau, but like, you know, it seems like these... It kind of seems like we got to go Dark Angels. And the Lion, if he's going to go Super Saiyan, that's crazy. Holy... All right, anyways, sorry, guys. Sorry, it got a little out of hand there. This is a big deal, though. Like, this is seriously shocking that this leaked. This is crazy. Dude. Phew, wow. Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun stuff. So I'm going to explore this, try to figure it out. Dude, the Lion gets 2? That's so fucking crazy, dude. I'm going to send this to my buddy right now. Because this Dark Angels list that I play is like very dialed in. Like it's like my tournament list. If I was going to go to a tournament. And it's very good. And this now is like going to push it over the top. That's absurd, dude. Oh. That's the kind of shit that you gotta do a little Ricky Rose at the table. You know what I mean? And you're just like, okay, so my Lionel Johnson is gonna select 2 abilities. Like just, holy. Samuel says, the circles on the cloak look like the trident and a starfish, wondering if they had something with Namor, maybe a reach. Well, you know, I don't know about that per se, but the one thing that I thought was really interesting, and I'm not saying you couldn't be right, there could be something there, Samuel, but one of the things that I thought was crazy was, hey, doggy, you want to come here? One of the things I thought was crazy was the broken, shattered universe thing, and then there's a Black Panther one. So it seems like there could be like a whole Wakandan universe. Like, holy shit, dude. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, maybe Namor as well. I think Namor has a little role to play here. For sure. So the Tau's still ass? It seems like Tau might be kind of nice after this, dude. Seems like Tau might be what they say is kind of nice. But the Lion getting 2 abilities is fucking crazy, dude. Like, that is wild. Holy, dude. Oh, it's about to be a good week. Unity updates? I'll double check with the people today. I should have updates for you next week early. I haven't touched base with the guy. The one guy's finishing up some stuff, and then we got the other guy started, so. Oh, man. It's a good time to be a Warhammer fan. Holy. That's crazy, dude. 2 abilities. I might go to I gotta go to a tournament with this. I'm saying it right now. Dead ass. These rules changes, they look crazy. I am going to start going to tournaments. And I'm gonna win the tournaments, and then I'm gonna show you guys, and you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, you're the best. Oh my god, you're the best, dude. I can't believe you're so good at Warhammer and stuff. Anyway. Yeah, the orcs are probably going to get a glow up too. Just missed my whole member chat. Sorry, bud. Let me look back up here. Oh, man. Dug a ditch. Oh, yeah, we already read that. Let me see here. I didn't see your message, brother. Oh, Griff. That's weird. It didn't pop up in the thing. Sounds like Doomsday will be getting similar marketing as Cloverfield. I'm here for it. Interesting. I guess you're talking about the first Cloverfield. Yeah, I mean, they did some interesting marketing with that. Little drop here, little drop there. Yeah, it's I think it's good because they know people care, and they're just giving us a little bit to speculate about, which is nice, right? as opposed to like just telling us stuff. You know what I mean? Ooh, a new trailer for Marvel Zombies is officially released, and people are saying it looks pretty good. When's this shit drop? Doesn't it come out like next week or something? We might do a watch party for this, man. Marvel Zombies looks kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. All right, guys. Well, look, I'm going to get on out of here today. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love. Got videos. I got a big video, Marvel video I'm cooking, which should drop tomorrow. Clips throughout the weekend. Tomorrow morning, we're going to do that stream where I try all the breakfast food. So look out for that. I'll post on the socials about that. Otherwise, man, it's been a crazy week. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope that you found a little bit of a reprieve here today with just, you know, having fun, being silly. When it comes to Marvel, come here. I'm gonna let you out. Here. Oh, Lukey doesn't like being on camera. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Really appreciate you. Much love, man. We'll be back at it soon. A lot of fun content coming your way. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? What is this about Adam's comment? What is he? What the hell? What did I miss? The hell? Breakfast sandwich stream tomorrow? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll be up bright and early. I'm going to go get a bunch of breakfast sandwiches. We're going to judge them on the customer service. We're going to judge them on the quality of the food. We're going to judge them on the quality of the coffee. And we'll do like, I don't know, 6 or 7 of them. We'll do a little tier list. It'll be fun. It'll be a nice little stream. Can Warhammer even make 100 million? Psh, easy. Easy, bruh. Easy. When are we going to play? Justin, are you going to carry me in some rivals this weekend? I can convince you. I can continue to propagandize Warhammer when we're in a voice chat, when we're trying to lock in on some competitive Marvel rivals. It seems great. It sounds like a great time. Sounds like a good time. All right, everybody. Man, I gotta say, guys, I really hope you're taking care of yourselves out there. I know it is a weird week. I know it is a challenging time. I know the world can seem very complex. It can seem dire. I would just tell you, try to surround yourself with love. Try to take care of yourself. Try to take care of the people around you. We're going to be okay. Okay? Really appreciate you. I'll see you soon. Like tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna see your ass. Take care of yourself until then, okay? And do me a favor, open up your third eye and wash out your stinky butthole. A butthole.